Hey, hi guys. Today I am discussing on financial accounts, which is for SEM 1. Uh, the first question is about accounting information. Here you have to mention what are the uses and what are the types of users which basically use accounting information. So in the introduction you mentioned what is accounting, how does it, what are the types of accounting methods. So the first is a system, iCash system, accrual system, and there is a hybrid system. Post that, in concept what you have to mention is two types of users, that is internal users and external users. So the internal users would be including owners and employees, and external users will be including lenders, suppliers, investors, tax authorities. So for all the users you mentioned, how does the accounting information benefit to all these users. Then coming to the second part, which is uses of the accounting information. So here you have to mention how is accounting information used by businesses in different ways. So there can be for preparing financial statement, for preparing budget, for decision making, for checking the performance of the management, for business performance, for the investment decisions. So these are some types of uses which can be mentioned. There are many available on Google. You can search in Google and you can get it. And in the conclusion part you mentioned what are the benefits of accounting information. So this is how you complete the first question. Coming to the second question is about balance sheet. So initially you mentioned what is balance sheet and how is it prepared. This is basically a company would prepare a balance sheet for a particular period. So it can be for a quarter, 6 months, for 1 year. So it depends. And in the balance sheet there are two main sides, which is assets and the liabilities. So the elements of balance sheets are assets and liabilities. Now in assets you can mention what is asset, what do you mean by asset, and then its component like cash and cash equivalents, non-current investments, non-current assets. Then there is long-term loan and advances. Then there is short-term loan advances, trade receivables. So these are some points which you can mention. There are many though, you can search out, you will get the details. And then you mention what is liabilities, give some gist of liability, what do you mean by liabilities. And you can mention other points like the points which are included in liabilities are share capital, reserves and surplus, long-term borrowings, other long-term borrowings, long-term provisions, short-term provisions, trade payables, short-term provisions. So there are two things, short-term borrowings and short-term provisions. So there are two different things. And then in the conclusion you mention how it will benefit Mr. Kohli for taking an decision where to invest. Now moving to the third question is about accrued income. So over here it says that there is a sell of there is a income which has come in, but it has not been actually collected. So you have to first define what is accrued income, and then you have to give an entry. So the entry would be in the concept part, the entry would be accrued income of fixed deposit account to income account. So this is just an example, and for the given example you have to mention dividend receivables account debit 500 rupees and to dividend account credit 500 rupees. So this is for the accrued income. Then the next question, third B, is about the early payment which was received for a goods sold. So here basically it's an advance collected for the goods which are being sold, though the actual trade has not happened. So the entry would be bank account debit to trade advance received account credit. Here there is a catch, that is you have to mention only the cost of goods which have been sold. So that is 50,000 rupees. Now if you calculate, the amount is 55,000 and 10% is what is the markup. So you have to mention 50,000 plus 55 plus 5,000. So the entry at the current month will be for rupees 50,000. So basically you have to mention bank account debit rupees 55,000 to trade account received rupees 55,000. This is how you pass the entry. And in the conclusion you have to mention that how does every business mean for both the answers you will have to mention how these entries would be recorded in the book of accounts. Now I just missed one part of 3b, that is there is a year change of 2018 and 19. So what I have mentioned over here is for the Mehta brothers must the account of for the trade advance received for 2018 and 19, in the next financial year there will be an entry of 55,000, and the 50,000 on the debit side of P&L account should be recorded. So this is though it's quite confusing, but it's quite easy. If you have any confusions, yes, do buzz me on my WhatsApp number. It's already there in many videos, you can search it. So this is how you complete the accounts assignment. Thank you.